everyone, I'm Andrea and I'm here today with a really fun project that we're going to be able to visit again throughout the summer, and if we're really lucky it's going to go right through to fall. If everything works out, you're going to get some pretty flowers, or maybe you'll get some veggies that you'll be able to eat by the end of summer. And what's better than eating veggies that you've grown yourself? Ice cream. Ice cream is definitely better, but these veggies are going to taste amazing, I promise. So today we're going to talk about soil and seeds and how to get started planting. But first, what do we need to be able to do all this? So to start our seeds, we have everything that we need here. We've got our containers, including containers that I'm reusing from home. I've got an egg carton with some eggshells. Eggshells can even be used as a container. You can fill them with soil for your seeds. I've got some seeds that are soaking, and I've got boxes and packets of seeds here to plant. As well, I've got seeds that have been harvested from at home. You want to keep in mind though, not every seed that you harvest from your veggies at home is going to grow something, but definitely don't give up. You want to keep on trying because one day they will happen. I've also got a water bottle here for spritzing our seeds. You don't want anything too heavy coming at your seeds or they will become dislodged in the soil and the roots won't take hold nicely. Some optional items are going to be Ziploc baggies for covering up your seeds after you've got them planted, a pen, which I have marked with some black marks so that I know how deep I'm poking my holes or digging a trench in the soil. And of course, I have my soil. I have two kinds of soil here. One is seed starting mix, and one is just a regular basic potting soil that you can get at any garden store. Fresh soil is definitely preferred when you are starting out your seeds because they need all the nutrients that they can possibly get. So our first step is going to be choosing our container and of course putting some soil into it. So here I have an egg carton. I've got some plastic cups. There are some food containers from the grocery store. As well, I've got some old plastic containers from last year's trip to the nursery. So one tip with your eggshells, if you're going to use eggshells for a mega challenge, you want to make sure that the membrane that holds the shell together is all taken out. You can do that with some hot water and just scrubbing really good at it. Of course, sometimes things happen and the eggshell breaks, and that's okay too because we can add the pieces of the eggshell right into our soil containers. But of course, again, that's after you've taken out that membrane, because if you leave that piece of white film in there, you're gonna grow some really fun things, and mom and dad don't want those in the house. Now next, for the soil, because you need something for your seeds to grow in, you're gonna take some potting soil or some seed starting soil and get it a little bit moist. You're gonna spray it with water, or you're gonna pour a little bit of water onto it, because if it's too dry and it just kind of sifts through like that, your seed is not going to be very happy in it. We want to have a little bit of moisture on it. Like on this one, it's going to be a little bit clumpier. It's not going to fall apart so easily, and that is really going to make your seeds very happy. Also, I want to let you know, with last year's potting soil, you could try that, but it's not going to have as many active nutrients as fresh potting soil will, which again makes your seeds happier. So you want your new soil, and we want to make sure that the seed's going to be able to draw moisture from all sides, from above and below. So now we get to have a look at our seeds, and seeds are, frankly, they're awesome. And that's because they're all so different. I have you can see morning glory seeds and peas, two very, very different looking seeds in my hand right now. But in addition to that, there's also white morning glory seeds. And then, so over here we have two types of red pepper seeds, because I have some that are from a seed packet and some that are from the grocery store. So this came out of a seed packet. These four over here, they're from a red pepper that came from the grocery store. They look the same, I don't know how they're going to grow, but we're going to find out. So those are the seeds that I have to plant today. Every seed has a certain depth that they're supposed to be planted at. There's a certain happy spot in the soil. So tomatoes, we're gonna put about an eighth of an inch down. So on my pen, I've marked the 1/2 inch mark, 1/4 inch, and an 1/8 of an inch mark. So tomatoes are going to go at an 1/8 inch. The morning glory, basil, they'll go at a 1/4 inch. And I'm going to look at the back of my red pepper package to find out the seed depth for the peppers, which is 1/4 inch. So the back of your seed packet is your best friend. It has all the information you're going to need. But if you happen to take your seeds out of your veggies at home, it's going to take a little bit of trial and error. You won't always get some plants from the seeds from the grocery store, but don't be discouraged, just keep on trying. So to start, we're just placing some soil in the bottom of our containers. We want a nice amount, and we want to make sure it's not too dry. So as I'm putting soil in, I'm going to moisten it up a little bit. And keep in mind, once you fill your container, you do need to have a little bit of space to put your holes or dig your trenches for the seeds that you're going to be planting. And as well, if you're going to use the eggshells, rather than trying to hold the eggshell, you can always put it in your egg carton and see if filling it up that way helps. Now, using the pen or your finger, we can start either poking holes into the soil or digging some trenches to be able to drop our seeds into. You want to keep in mind whatever seed you're going to be putting into this container, you're going to the right depth on your instrument or on your finger so that the seed has its best chance of success. So now we can start dropping the seeds into the holes and then gently covering them with some soil. It's also a good idea to drop 2 seeds in each space so you kind of guarantee at least one of them will come out. Also, right now I'm dropping in the red peppers, of which I also have some from the grocery store. So I'm going to put some grocery store seeds on the left side of this container and some seeds from the garden nursery on the right hand side, and we're going to see what happens. So when you're covering up the seeds with the soil, once you've put them all in, I like to use another container or a spoon. That just kind of helps control how much is going on. You just want a light covering, filling up those holes. And if any big clumps fall in like this one just did, go ahead and just give it a nice crunch up and spread it out on top. And there you have it, your seeds are planted. Now it's time to spritz our little seedlings and cover them up so we can keep moisture locked in. And depending on what you use for your container, you might want to build a cover for it. You can use sandwich baggies. It just helps to hold in some warmth for the seeds, and so long as you remember it needs to be clear, that's going to help the photosynthesis process start up, which we really, really want. So saran wrap or sandwich baggies, as I said, are perfect for this kind of thing. The really cool thing about those prepackaged things you get at the grocery store is they come with their own lid, so it's got a cover all built into it. I've decided to use some popsicle sticks here in order to keep my lid propped open, just so that I can keep getting airflow going through. If it's too closed off, your seeds won't grow and you'll just get a lot of potentially mold, and nobody wants that. So you're gonna take your spray bottle and just give it a light spritz and then close it up. And that's all there is to it. We've got our seeds planted, and now what we have to do is wait. And spritz them with a little water once in a while so that they don't dry out. In about 2 weeks, we should start to see some growth happening on the plants, and then we can start talking about getting them ready to go outside, into bigger pots, or even into your garden. I hope you're all going to stay tuned throughout the seasons, as we're going to be talking more in this series coming soon. Bye, guys.